Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elder Scrolls Online. And in today's episode, we are doing the Chasing Shadows quest. Now, I tried live streaming this once before, or yesterday, I think. Or was it yesterday? No, it was it was this morning. And my computer decided to DC on me, so I'm just gonna record with this character, and then I'll switch back to my Arcanist character. Then I will do the rest of it with Wolfie the Eternal character.
Good, you are safe. Good fortune did not abandon us entirely.
Is something wrong, Prophet?
Despite many days of meditating and scrying, Sai-Sahan's whereabouts still elude me. The projection that you witnessed in the Foundry of Woe showed him to be in great peril. If we are to find him, I will need your help, Vestige.
What can I do to help?
Though Sai remains hidden from my sight, Lyris brings news that an agent of the enemy lurks in Davon's Watch. Fear is on the lips of the people. Darkness walks among them. Even a blind man can sense it. It is the hand of Menamarco.
How can that help us?
If it is truly an agent of Menamarco's worm cult, it may provide us with a clue that will hasten our search. Seek this agent, but tread carefully. The worm cult is a cult of necromancy, and the undead are fearsome opponents.
How can I find this agent?
Venture to Davon's Watch. Speak to Fedwira Lauren at the market, or Okia the beggar. Lyris first heard murmurs of trouble lurking in the shadows from them. Locate this agent of evil. Return with any personal effects they carry with them.
I'll find something in return. Alright, so now we need to go back to Davon's Watch. Shouldn't be too bad. Unless the game decides to crash on me, then I can't help you.
Since the war began, the market has never been busier.
Have you noticed anyone strange lurking about?
Let me think. Ah, yes. Imperial fellow. Tall, brusque, rather boorish. He pushed me while I was haggling at the market. Scurried off toward the east end of town when I tried to have words with him. Typical.
You're very fortunate. He's a dangerous criminal that prowls upon attractive ladies like yourself.
You're very sweet to say that. He scurried off in the direction of the stables, if that's any help to you. And he was with another man. Deathly pale with deep-set eyes. He gave me the chills, that one did.
I wasn't going to ask you for coin. I'm no beggar. I prefer to sleep out here where it's warm.
Have you noticed anything strange in town?
Come to think of it, there was some out-of-towner mucking about in the abandoned stable last night. I didn't pry. None of my business. Also, he was armed. I'm no fool.
No, you're a coward who let a dangerous criminal go free. I must report this to the town watch.
See here, I had no idea the man was wanted by the authorities. He didn't... Wait. I remember now. He was with another man, gaunt and pale as a ghost. They opened a storm cellar door near the stables. Do you think they were burgling the place?
Not really.
On your blood.
Strange request indeed. I was on my evening stroll having a bite to eat in a back alley when I noticed that the imperial neck I feasted upon bore a golden medallion. I recognized the trinket at once as the sigil of the cult of the Black Worm. While I considered this, I heard the dull thwack of a blunt object hitting flesh and bone, and my world went black. I awoke in a cave, bound to a chair, my head throbbing in bittersweet pain. A number of hooded cultists surrounded me, each with an unmistakable gleam of murder in his eyes. I quite liked them. One of the cultists seemed different than the others, and I recognized him as their leader almost immediately. He had a cold yet calm demeanor and seemed completely unafraid of me. He introduced himself as Abner Tharn. He was somewhat displeased that I had made my evening meal one of his most loyal guards. Normally, he explained, I would have been discorporated for such an infraction, but he said he liked my style and violent proclivities. He said he saw a lot of promise in me and would like to propose a mutual beneficial arrangement. If I agreed to join the worm cult, I could replace his agent. I would reside in a conveniently placed underground lair within the city limits, which would assure me a continued stream of meals, along with a virtually unlimited supply of black soul gems. The agreement did sound promising. But just to play dangerous advocate, I asked what my alternative might be. In answer, Tharn opened a portal to Cold Harbor right at my feet. My chair began to teeter, and the screams of the damned filled my ears. Lovely to listen to, but not something I wish to experience firsthand. Needless to say, I chose servitude. Now I while away my days guarding this wretched cavern while prowling the city streets after dusk. It's not a bad existence. In fact, I've begun to take up the study of necromancy. At some point, perhaps Tharn will consent to teaching me the finer points in himself. Time will tell, and I have all the time in the world, don't I? Interesting.
What is the meaning of this interruption? Why have you contacted me? This is Abner Tharn. The Master and I are very busy. This had better be important. Wait a moment. I don't know your face. Identify yourself immediately.
Who, me?
Yes, your report, you insipid twit. What, did you contact me by accident?
Forgive me, my lord, but I heard something that might be of interest to you.
Well, out with it. I don't have all day. Your disguise is terrible, by the way. You look like a character from a bad adventure novel.
Someone has been asking the locals about a red guard named Sai Sahan.
Are they? I didn't think that Redguard has-been had a single friend left. Not in this world, at any rate. Never fear. Sai Sahan is safely locked away. Even if they were to discover his location, attempting a rescue would be suicidal.
Do you know where he is?
Of course I do. But I'm not in the habit of revealing vital secrets to insipid lackeys. Now be gone. And if you contact me again without good reason, I shall contact your cell commander and have you properly thrashed for your ineptitude.
Thank you, my lord.
What's those weapons?
What weapons?
You've returned. What have you found?
The cultists use orbs like this one to communicate. I spoke to Abner Tharn.
Abner Tharn shows his face again. I get the sense that he might have a larger part to play in the coming events, but for good or ill, I cannot say. Leave the orb with me. I shall be able to use it to locate Sai Sahan.
Good luck.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk. I heard you and the Prophet talking about Abner Tharn.
Why do you dislike him so much?
Didn't the Prophet tell you the story of the 5 companions?
He showed me a vision about them, but I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I don't know where to start. There's so much to tell.
Tell me about the 5 companions.
We were chosen by Emperor Varen to join him on a quest to recover a lost artifact called the Amulet of Kings. The 5 included Varen, myself, a red guard named Sai Sahan, Abner Tharn, and the traitor Manimarco.
Tell me about Manimarco.
You only know him as the man who killed you and stole your soul. But back then, he was Emperor Varen's most trusted advisor. It was Manimarco who convinced Varen to search for the Amulet of Kings.
Why would Varen need the amulet?
Varen wasn't a true Dragonborn Emperor. He didn't share Alessia's bloodline. Manimarco said the amulet could change all that. He said he could use it to perform a ritual that would turn Varen into a true Dragonborn.
What happened next?
It took us more than 2 years, but we finally recovered the amulet and returned to Cyrodiil to perform the ritual. Menimarco set us up. The ritual caused a violent explosion of magical energy. We lost Varen. Saisahan and I were declared outlaws.
What then?
Menimarco convinced the Elder Council to recognize Abner Tharn's daughter Clivia as Empress Regent, but Menimarco was the true power behind the throne. Saisahan and I went into hiding. There was a bounty on our heads.
And tell me about Abner Tharn.
Abner Tharn is Grand Chancellor of the Elder Council, and Chief Advisor to his daughter, the Empress Regent. He is also Menimarco's toady.
Tharn didn't seem too happy working for the Worm Cult.
Tharn's first loyalty is to his family and the Empire, and he's a ruthless bastard when it comes to defending them. The Worm Cult obviously doesn't share those loyalties. Tharn would never trust them, but he's too much of a coward to betray them.
What if he got something out of it?
Maybe. But what could we offer him? He's already got more gold than the gods themselves. I know it's a lot to take in. We'll talk more later. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on the Prophet. Hopefully that orb will help him find out where Saisahan is being held. Once we know that, we can plan our next move.
All right. Well, now. Any hoodles, I will end the episode there. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, guys, and I will be recording for the next 3 days until the ESO next expansion announcement and stuff like that. So, with that all out of the way, hope you all enjoyed. Good one, guys. Bye-bye.